was in here for a minute. I don't know if he's still in here. I know he has his big
Tank on here?
yeah, Tank. Yeah, well, I don't know if he's still on.
Floyd Mayweather has dropped a bombshell announcement. His highly anticipated opponent for 2025 has finally been revealed, and it's a fight unlike any other. That's right, Floyd, one of boxing's most iconic figures, is making his return for one last showdown before stepping away for good. But this won't be just any exhibition match. This is a fight filled with drama, history, and bad blood that has the potential to go down as one of the most talked about pay-per-view events in boxing history. To understand just how monumental this announcement is, let's take a moment to look back on Floyd Mayweather's legendary career. Love him or hate him, Floyd is a name that resonates in the world of boxing like few others. He boasts an impeccable 50-0 record, a feat that has cemented his place in boxing history as one of the greatest fighters of all time. Across multiple weight classes, Floyd has racked up an astounding number of championship titles, and his defensive prowess, speed, and ring IQ have made him a household name. However, his journey to greatness wasn't always smooth. Early in his career, critics questioned his ability to compete at the highest level. But Floyd proved them all wrong, overcoming obstacles and silencing doubters with each victory. By the time he retired, Floyd had become synonymous with success, and his legacy was well secured. Yet, despite his retirement, Floyd promised that he wouldn't return to the ring unless the deal was right. And now, in 2025, the stage is set for his return, but this time, things are going to be different. Post-retirement, Floyd has taken part in several exhibition matches. These matches have been a mix of spectacle and skill, offering fans a chance to see one of boxing's all-time greats in action once more. For some, these exhibitions are a blessing, a chance to witness a legend in the ring again. For others, the idea of Floyd continuing to fight in exhibitions raises questions about whether he's still the elite fighter he once was. Despite the mixed reception, the money and spectacle that Floyd brings to these exhibitions have made them highly lucrative and highly anticipated. For months, Floyd kept his 2025 opponent a closely guarded secret. Fans and media were left in suspense, eagerly speculating about who he would face. Would it be another celebrity or YouTuber? Could it be a world champion, perhaps a highly anticipated rematch with a fighter like Manny Pacquiao? As a marketing genius, Floyd is known for keeping fans on the edge of their seats, and his 2025 opponent reveal would be no exception. For a long time, the question loomed: who would Floyd face in what could be his final fight? Floyd has long been known for his mind games, especially when it comes to selling big fights. The speculation was rampant. Could it be Manny Pacquiao, with whom Floyd shared one of boxing's most iconic bouts in 2015? Their first encounter was a clash of two boxing titans, and fans have been calling for a rematch ever since. Even after both men retired, the idea of a second showdown has been a frequent topic of discussion. Floyd's victory in 2015 remains a historic moment, but Pacquiao has continued to compete in the sport, leaving fans wondering if they would ever get the rematch they've been craving. Another name that popped up frequently was Canelo Alvarez, one of boxing's biggest stars. The two first met in 2013, when Floyd handed the younger, undefeated Canelo his first loss. However, since then, Canelo has become one of the most dominant fighters in boxing, earning the title of pound-for-pound king. Would Floyd be willing to risk his perfect record by stepping into the ring with Canelo again, knowing how much the younger fighter has grown and evolved since their first encounter? It seemed like a tempting proposition for both men, especially with the money such a fight could generate. And then there's Conor McGregor. Their 2017 crossover match brought in massive attention, breaking records and setting the stage for a potential rematch. McGregor has long expressed interest in returning to the boxing ring, and a second fight with Floyd would undoubtedly be a PR juggernaut. But no, Floyd's 2025 opponent would not be any of these fighters. In a twist that shocked the world, Floyd's final opponent will be none other than his own protege, Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Yes, you heard that right. Floyd Mayweather's last fight will be against the fighter who has been with him through thick and thin. Tank Davis, a rising star in the sport of boxing, has been mentored by Floyd for years. The two have had a close relationship, with Floyd acting as Tank's manager, trainer, and mentor. Tank Davis has been dubbed the chosen one to carry Floyd's legacy, but the two haven't exactly had the smoothest of relationships in recent years. As Tank's star continued to rise, so did the tension between him and his mentor. Tank Davis has become a force in the boxing world with an electrifying knockout record and an ever-growing fan base. His performances in the ring have earned him comparisons to Floyd Mayweather himself. While Floyd has always been supportive of Tank's potential, the idea of Tank stepping out of Floyd's shadow has caused some friction between the two. Tank, for his part, has made it clear that he's not content being just Floyd's protege. He wants to prove that he can be a champion in his own right, and that desire for independence has led to public disagreements between the two. The tension between Floyd and Tank came to a head when Tank began to distance himself from Mayweather Promotions, the company Floyd founded. Tank started calling out Floyd, claiming that he wasn't being given the credit or the opportunities he deserved. Floyd, on the other hand, has been vocal in interviews, downplaying Tank's accomplishments and insisting that Tank still has a long way to go before reaching his level. The rivalry between the two has escalated, and their relationship has gone from one of mentor and mentee to full-blown rivals. So why, after all this tension, would Floyd choose Tank Davis as his final opponent? The answer is simple: it's personal. Floyd's decision to fight Tank is a statement. It's a way to settle the debate once and for all about who the true face of boxing is. Is it Floyd Mayweather, the man who has dominated the sport for decades? Or is it Gervonta Tank Davis, the young, hungry fighter who's ready to prove himself and step into the spotlight? Tank Davis has hinted that this could be his last fight too. Despite his young age and immense talent, Tank has spoken about retiring sooner rather than later. He's achieved so much in the sport, with an undefeated record and multiple titles to his name. Tank has also mentioned that he's interested in exploring other ventures outside of boxing. So, this showdown between Floyd and Tank could very well be the last time fans see either of these fighters in the ring. For Floyd, this fight represents the opportunity to go out on top, maintaining his perfect record and solidifying his legacy as one of the greatest to ever do it. A loss to Tank, however, could tarnish that legacy in ways Floyd isn't ready to deal with. For Tank, this fight is about proving that he's more than just Floyd's protege. It's about stepping out of Floyd's shadow and establishing himself as a true champion in his own right. Beating Floyd would send a clear message to the world that Tank is ready to take over the sport. As the rivalry between the two continues to intensify, the boxing world is left wondering, what will this fight mean for the future of the sport? If both Floyd and Tank retire after this showdown, it will mark the end of an era in boxing. The sport has been dominated by these two fighters for years, and their departure would leave a massive void. But it also opens the door for the next generation of fighters to rise and take center stage. From the likes of Shocker Stevenson and Devin Haney to the rising stars like Teofimo Lopez, there's no shortage of talent in boxing waiting to carve out their own legacies. Regardless of what happens next, one thing is clear. Floyd Mayweather versus Gervonta Tank Davis in 2025 is a fight that the world has been waiting for. It's a fight filled with drama, history, and high stakes. Will Floyd go out on top, or will Tank finally take the crown? The answer will come in 2025, but until then, boxing fans will be on the edge of their seats, eagerly awaiting the biggest showdown of the decade.